everybody. This is Don with the vlog of many things, and with me tonight is, to my right,
Tenkar.
Tenkar. Down below me directly,
Tom from
Steve.
Tap Room.
and Steve. We're all here. And as you guys probably all seen, we're going to have quite the lively show tonight. If it has anything to do with the pre-chat we've been involved in, it'll be quite the evening.
Oh my God! Grab onto your seats, folks. Grab onto
Hold
your
on to your seats, because we're going to be talking about. We'll do lighthearted stuff, a little bit about food and gaming. We're going to talk about the sale of the Dungeon Hobby Shop Museum because we now know who sold it and who purchased it, should I say? We're going to talk about you can now be a stripper in D&D.
Maybe.
Showgirl,
So,
not a stripper. Not a stripper.
okay. Hey, I was doing this for
Showgirl is different than an exotic dancer.
And
Yes.
you know this why?
How do you know that?
Got a checklist right over here.
Foogly, how you doing tonight?
Hey, Foogly.
Oh boy. Shall we get right into it? Unscripted Unchained RPG review. How you doing tonight? Thanks for tuning in. Okay, the Dungeon Hobby Shop Museum. Now, I know last week we said we were putting the nail in the coffin on this, but we want to talk about it for a very specific reason because it did sell. We know exactly now who purchased it, and we're going to show you this evening who purchased the Dungeon Hobby Shop Museum. It's kind of a kicker. It's not any of the usual suspects, let's put it that way. Fugly says Strip D&D is a completely different game.
I don't want to lose hit points. Here's my socks.
I guess you wear a cod piece to your D&D game. Does that give you like a bonus to your AC, or is that a negative to your AC?
You just get a dress like a New York City homeless person in the wintertime. Multiple layers, you're good to go.
True. Might as well get this one out of the way, and we'll save who bought the Dungeon Hobby Shop Museum. So, Eric.
Yes.
Showgirls in D&D. You did the research on this one, so you can take it over, my friend.
Okay, so here's the thing. I woke up this morning to my PMs.
Your first mistake.
Yeah. You know, what is the first thing you do when you get up? You go to the bathroom, got my phone, and I'm like, PM's all about showgirl, the life of a showgirl. And it's some D&D artwork with crazy eyes, apparently because it's from the Radiant. Yes. Apparently that was in in one of the was it Radiant Citadel or something like that? Somebody said that's old artwork. But in any case, the life of a showgirl. Now, I didn't realize, and I still don't care, that Taylor Swift apparently has a new album coming out called The Life of a Showgirl, and somehow WotC's marketing person said, I've got the perfect social media post for X on this. I know. No. Listen, even if the majority of your gamers are not grognards anymore, they're not Taylor, they're not Swifties. I can guarantee you, they aren't Swifties. You're not.
Oh, come on. We know that Tom's a Swiftie, right, Tom?
Nope.
No? Okay.
So, I mean, just kind of, how do you screw up your social media so completely,
well,
so frequently?
What gets me about this image is, in all fairness, Hasbro is not putting this out, correct?
No.
But they're not only posting this image on their social media, they're labeling their IP D&D on it.
Well, yeah, because it's the Wizards of the Coast D&D X account.
Well, okay.
It's their official account.
Wouldn't it be funny if Taylor Swift sued WotC?
Yeah,
do it.
But the thing is, I have a feeling this might tie in with her, because whether you like Taylor Swift or not, you got to give her one thing. That chick is a marketing genius.
Oh, yes.
You know, if they come out with a Swifties D&D essentials set, you know what? They had Rick and Morty. They had Stranger Things. All right.
You You get bonus experience points for getting a friendship bracelet.
And as Tom,
Ooh, at my
Tom
heart
so
beats low.
eloquently put it earlier, no wonder why I didn't take the freaking job. There ain't no way in hell. But it gets
Yeah.
better. It gets better.
Because this is the job you would have been working on.
Probably. But now we got this one on the
That is
official
from.
Dungeons and Dragons account.
It's like, what the hell? What are they?
But wait, it gets better.
Yes,
Everyone loves listening to your stories.
you might be a DM if you're reading this. No, if you're a DM, you're not a storyteller. Rachel would call you the story facilitator. You enable the story to emerge, but you're not the one telling the story because we're not sitting around a fucking campfire listening to me tell my war stories or Tom tell his stories from.
But these would be WotC DMs who they're good at telling stories, but then all their players have the X cards, and they can go. And then you've got to reshape your story because somebody was offended at something you put in the story.
Well, can I ask you a question real quick about X cards? Has X cards ever been an official D&D product?
Well, it's been a thing in the community. It's
it's a thing in the community.
Come up in
I've never seen it at a convention.
I don't think I've seen it. Well, I've seen it at conventions.
Because I know Avenger Satanas came out with his version of X.
But he's like, what? Not risque enough? I need more. I need triple X.
More gonzo.
more tentacles.
More tentacles all the time. By the way, there was another post from them on X from earlier this month, showing a picture, talking about gaming and sitting at the table, and 2 of the 3 people left the company like 3 months ago. Why would you show a picture of people that are no longer associated with your company? Is it because the people currently associated don't want their pictures taken?
The competence at WotC it's been just steady since the OGL. It's just steady.
But I will give WotC one thing. Is I will say now officially that we have entered into a licenses agreement with Wizards of the Coast, my company. I can't say exactly what the licensing agreement is because that's going to will be released by Wizards of the Coast, and also by my company here pretty soon. It's probably going to invite me, probably going into Washington State.
Hopefully, you get to come back.
I'm not taking no job with them. They even up their offer by $10,000 a year.
You might get caught up in one of those protests, and you know, one side or the other. They might think that A, you're illegal, or B, you're immigration. You could fit into either one. You might just find yourself.
Well, I'll tell you what. In the state of Michigan, if unmarked men in masks approach my home, I will be on CNN after the gunfight that happens because they will not kick in my door without a response. And if I'm in my vehicle and they attempt to pull me over, unmarked vehicles, unmarked men, no ID with masks on. See, that's the big thing in my state that my governor even put a warning about. You're really treading on dangerous ground in Michigan because we are an open carry state.
Right.
And you wanna pull up in an unmarked vehicle, fine, but you better have a fucking ID on you, and you're not wearing a mask. By Michigan law enforcement cannot wear masks.
That's pretty good.
That's Michigan law, and they're trying to say federal law trumps that.
Good for the goose, good for the gander. They outlawed the KKK from wearing a mask, so
Yeah, it's like when I commit crimes. Like if I get caught wearing a mask while committing crimes, I get in double trouble. In Michigan, if you're wearing a mask and you commit a felony, it's an additional supplement.
Right. Like you can commit murder, but then if they slap on hate crime, it enhances the penalty.
We're getting distracted. In any case, Don, congratulations.
You're welcome. Mr. Gunn says, "Did I license my masculinity to WotC?" No, I did not. But I think the licensing I would say that the licensing news will be fairly large.
Substantial, like the set of balls he wears.
You never know.
Is this in any way connected to a previous licensing deal you were working on years ago with them?
No, it's totally different, but it involves an old license. That's all I can say.
Oh, interesting.
Oh my God, you got Star Frontiers. No, I'm joking.
No, I think I
No,
would.
no
I think I
Star
would've heard.
Frontiers. There's no Star Frontiers. I'll be honest with you. I wouldn't touch that IP with a 10-foot pole at the Lanasa. Just
Sorry.
can't do it.
I just had to throw that out there because it was like somebody just like, look, it's a floater. I had to take this one.
It's okay. All right, let's get into something a little bit more interesting, and that is the sale of the Dungeon Hobby Shop Museum. Now, for those of you who don't know, I'm going to give a little bit of backstory on this. The DHSM was owned by Justin Lanasa through TSR LLC. We all know that. Who pretty much everybody in this chat. And what ended up happening was Justin's wife filed for divorce against Justin. It's all online, public view, and it is messy. I mean, they go back and forth. In fact, Erica Reich Lanasa went ahead and responded to a comment that I made even in the Star Frontiers New Genesis group. Big, long response when I mentioned her and went into how Justin was emotionally abusive and it just right across the board. So they're fighting it out. Well, part of this settlement was Erica gained. Yeah, better pour a drink, Eric.
Mr. Gunn thinks I was partaking beforehand.
Okay.
Fill me up, bartender.
Yep. So basically, what ended up happening in this divorce, because let's face it, Justin has a lot of property, and you okay, Eric?
Yep.
Okay.
Good stuff.
Okay. So basically, what ended up happening here was, as part of the distribution of divorce assets, Erica was given the Dungeon Hobby Shop Museum. And I think that is why we saw the drastic fall in price, because Erica, I think, was between Justin and Erica. I think Erica's more the level-headed business type that's more fiscally smart, if you will. So what ended up happening was it sold, and it sold for $375,000, which was far less than I think the $5 million that they were initially asking. And people are going, "Who bought this?" Well, I did a little research today, and I found out who did buy it. And this is who purchased it. It was purchased by 723 William Street, LLC. Now, who is 723 William Street, LLC? So I did a little bit of backtracking on that, and I found out it was a lady by the name of Kristen Stalashuk. P.O. Box, Pell Lake, Wisconsin. No other information on her until I started digging on Facebook. And there's the chickie right there. Let me real quickly blow this up so I can pull this up. This is important.
With high school.
Yeah. She owns Lake Geneva HomesForSale.com. And she is a real estate broker at Keller Williams Realty. Now, isn't Keller Williams the real estate agency that sold the DHSM?
I'm not sure. That's a good question.
I think you know the answer.
I do.
Oh.
It is Keller Williams, LLC, who is listed as the sales agent.
Oh. So they sold it to one of their own.
And created an LLC. Now, the interesting thing here about this, and this is where this gets a little bit deliciously deep for me personally, is when you purchase property, it's not uncommon for you to purchase property and you do it in an LLC. It's a tax issue. You can play with taxes. But to call the LLC 723 William Street LLC tells me that this lady purchased the Dungeon Hobby Shop Museum in what she feels is probably a business investment, because she probably feels it's worth more.
Yep.
Now, we know that the famous door is out of the hobby shop.
Yep.
Okay, who has it? We're not going to get into that. But the point being is I don't see what the value that she's pulling from this after paying $375 for the building. I
No.
really don't.
Hmm.
And that's a lot of. It's just weird to me to call the LLC 723 William Street LLC.
And this was basically sold a week ago, right?
Well, the certification date on the sale was on 8/7. That's the date of the certification date. So they filed the sale. The sale went through officially on 8/7/2025. Her LLC was formed on 7/29/2025. So she was definitely in the process of closing and doing all the stuff when she needed to create this LLC. So I find it really interesting, um, because when you look at when you look at Wisconsin Revised Statute 183.0212, which is this one right here, it's a sole entity. So basically, she's a sole member LLC. This lady I found out is married, but her husband's not on the LLC.
Hmm.
Huh.
So,
Well, my understanding is that the door in question was put into its proper ownership. I'll say that prior to the sale.
yes.
So
But the thing is, at the end of the day, what's interesting here to me is I thought that a corporation would probably buy that, tear the house down, and you'd find a dollar store general or something on the
right.
corner or something like that. Not saying that this won't happen still. We don't know what her motives are. But I just find the naming of the LLC really kind of unique.
Well, yeah, because it's like this is all this LLC is going to apply towards.
Yeah. And I actually did a little research trying to find LLCs named after addresses, and I can only find a couple of them, and they tend to be famous places.
Oh,
And Edward Kopp makes an interesting point. He says, well, she either has a buyer for the building lined up or is willing to sit on it for someone else. Ed, I think you're right. Either that or she sees a bigger value and she thinks she's going to flip it and make a couple $100,000 more.
Well, in Lake Geneva, there is the house, Gary Gygax's house, which is owned, and that woman like rents it out as a B&B, Airbnb. I think people will, reserve it to play D&D there when they're at Gen Con or like right before Gen Con. And so they, I imagine that takes a little bit of scratch to be able to do that. So, that's famously there. And I'm wondering if maybe she was thinking, oh, this is something I can.
But think about this. I mean, the lady who owns the house where Gary Gygax raised his family. Okay, you own the home. You're living there. That's your place. If I can make a few bucks every summer over Gary Con and such, hey, why not? People want to come to my dining room, play D&D, or go down the basement and look at the mud walls and all. Go ahead. But the thing is running a business like the Dungeon Hobby Shop Museum is not a moneymaker. I don't care who you are. Because when you look at the property taxes per year, which are over $5,000 between summer and winter, you do that math alone, plus your mortgage payment. How many entries to the Dungeon Hobby Shop Museum and tours do you got to charge or get at your door? Hundreds over the summer, and I just don't see it's there.
And what was Justin charging for admittance?
$5.
$5
per person.
Per person.
Oh.
Ty Beard says happens all the time. LLC's named the property address. Yeah, but usually the LLC is named after, if the property address is named usually after a address that has some type of history to it, though. I was digging through Wisconsin's LLCs this afternoon, and that's the LLCs that I found. And when you looked at the address, you did some Googling, they had some type of historical significance. They do it in here in Michigan, too. Well, we have things called centennial farms in Michigan that have been around since the founding of the state of Michigan.
Well, according to Realtor.com, The estimated value, for some strange reason, is $442,000.
Well, because they're basing it now probably off the sale
I,
price of the house.
I guess how much they were asking for it before.
Mm-hmm.
Ty, I can't find square footage. The total acreage is 0.14 acreage. And it is downstairs is commercial, upstairs is 3 beds, living room, kitchen, full bath, conditionally approved for tourist room housing.
Yeah, Edward, that's who the owner of it is, by the way. This lady right here. And I found her on Facebook. And this is the lady right here. She is, I don't think Edward saw this. So, Edward, she owns Lake Geneva Homes for Sale.com. So, yeah.
I don't know what to think.
It's got an active particle control air filtration.
Oh, I could tell you the story on that. That's something that pissed Justin off because when I first met Justin, the city came down on him hard. And they said, if you're going to have people in there post COVID, Lake Geneva up their standards, they made him put in a $50,000 air cleaner system, redid all the HVAC, everything, and he was freaking pissed. 50 grand for it.
Because he doesn't care if they're breathing clean air.
Probably not.
Probably doesn't care if you're breathing, right?
No, he probably doesn't.
Say, got money, send it my way.
Yeah, he's perfectly willing to use Ernie after Ernie was dead.
Yeah, he did use Ernie. So let me do this here real quick. Okay, I go to Lake Geneva homesforsale.com and just normal realty type stuff. I don't see the building for sale. So she only has 5 listings. All in the mid 5s, 4s, one for 260 with no picture. 625, 475, 511.
That sounds like a community that if you have to ask the price, you don't have enough.
Yeah.
Well, Lake Geneva is a typical summer resort location.
Yeah.
So it's in new hands, and
at least the door won't end up in a landfill.
No.
True.
The famous door, yeah.
Yep. So, well, it's just, to me, it's going to be interesting in what's she going to do with it, because she evidently sees value in it. I mean, she paid way over what Justin paid for it. He says, having been on a permitting committee for New York City government, I've learned that many LLCs are often covered for someone else's financing. Oh, yeah. But she's the one who purchased this. So time will tell. Time will tell.
Yeah, there's a story brewing here, and it's just like you said, time will tell.
Yep. So, all right. So, got a question for everybody. A little bit of change of topic here. RPG Grandma says she'll probably fix it up and resell it. Yeah, but she paid prime for this property. To flip that property, really, if you think about it, I mean, the home's already been, HVAC has been done, new roof, new driveway. She's got, they did the they did the foundation. They had to redo the foundation properly. Excuse me. So I don't know what much more fix up she can do unless she thinks she's going to gut it and redo the interior to be modern.
Right, and it's already at twice the price it sold at in 2020.
Yeah,
it was 175 back then. So
yeah, so more power to her. She's got something in her mind. She thinks there's some value there. But all right, got a question for you guys about everybody in the group here about gaming and food. When you guys are gaming, what is your food of choice?
I generally don't have one. It's just whatever I feel hungry for.
What we have in the house.
Mhm.
I mean,
chili.
back in the day, it was one of two things. I mean, for the main food, we either walked over to Wendy's and brought food back, or we drove over to Taco Bell and had the Taco Bell just grab and eat. But you also had to have ring dings and yodels and crap like that, Doritos
Spunions.
and Gatorade. Don't ask me why Gatorade, but Gatorade was the thing.
See, I make a big pot of chili.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
My
It's
three
cool.
point
It's cool
five.
about 2 hours into the game. At which point, is it a meat? Is it a beanless chili or a meatless chili? Or is it meat and
Oh,
you're gonna?
gotta have meat. Gotta have meat.
Yeah, you gotta have meat.
Yep.
And you gotta have beans.
Well, my wife real quickly says a lot of realtors buy houses, fix them up, and resell it. Maybe a B and B. It's like, yeah, it's true. It's a license. It's licensed to be a bed and breakfast.
Upstairs is yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, I'm going to commit chili heresy. Okay, my chili
Uh-oh.
has both beef and sausage in it,
Oh, that
and
actually sounds good.
and beans.
That sounds good.
It's beans are a point of contention in chili for some reason.
Well, you're not in Texas, so you're okay.
Well, here's something that I used to do. Now this would sometimes carry over for gaming, but I would, like if I went to watch movies, one of the things that I would do is I'd have like the old fashioned paper shopping bags, the big ones.
Right.
I'd have that full of popcorn. I'd have a wheel of cheese sitting next to me and 2 gigantic 2 liters of Diet Coke, and they would be gone by the end of the night.
There you go.
I'd be pooping bricks the next day, but hey.
Whatever works, man. Whatever works.
Quesadillas. I like quesadillas for gaming.
It's kind of a different food.
Yeah, except for me, it was Taco Bell. We were in our 20s. We were cheap, and you needed to get it fast. So it was soft tacos or hard tacos.
See, that's a weird thing. I've it's just kind of been a thing since I've been young. Even whenever I did D&D and I hosted it, it was always chili.
All right. That's
Well, that beats Doritos and a 2 liter of Coke. Because my 3.5 group, that was standard. There'd be a bag of Doritos and there'd be a 2 liter of Coke.
See, that's something I can't do, like Cheetos, because it gets too much shit on your fingers.
I know. And then it's on your pair of sheets, dice.
I gotta lick my fingers clean again in between bites. Cheetos. Don't put those Cheetos back. You can't double dip. No.
Yeah.
Well, something I came across recently. This isn't something I used to do, but it's something I've started doing. As far as food goes, not the actual food item, but in the food prep, is I pick since I'm single, I live alone. I picked up a Dash Mini rice cooker. It does like 2 cups of rice when it's cooked, 1 cup raw. Oh, that thing's the bomb. Throw your rice in, throw your rice in, throw your water in, flip the switch, walk away, come back half an hour later. No huss, no fuss. It's that simple. And I'm just like, I love it.
A rice cooker?
Yeah.
Yeah, we use ours all the time here. I make curry.
Yeah, I used to do it in a pot with lots and lots of water and stuff. And heck, that Dash Mini just throws that idea out the window.
It comes out perfect. He's got the right idea. Mushrooms and chili, good pairing. I agree fully.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of mushrooms, my brother actually just went and they got like $400. Him and the kids went and harvested morel mushrooms, wild in Alaska, and they got like $400 worth of them.
Nice.
And, big thing in Michigan is morels.
Yeah.
John Miller has a question for everybody. He says, question for Don and anyone else wants to answer. What RPGs do you like to play? I know Tom likes Star Frontiers. Eric's like OSR, D&D, but I'm not sure about anyone else. I'll start off. I'm at the top. I love Back Me. I like playing Back Me. I also like AD&D 1E, and I do like my own iteration of it. I call it Open Worlds.
Moldvay Basic.
I do mostly just strategy games anymore. Just stuff I could just sit down, chill out, and just play strategy.
Eric?
Well, like you said, for me it's OSR. If I'm gonna go buy the book, probably gonna be AD&D or 2E. If I'm running something else, very happy to run Swords and Wizardry or OSE or one of those. Although I will say Mothership, I actually read the rules 2 weeks ago, and oh my God, Mothership looks like it reminds me of Traveler with a better design essence.
Really?
Okay, yeah, because you're not going up in levels, you're not getting experience points, although your save can increase. But with the aliens built-in setting to it,
But how do you exceed to become better without experience points or levels?
because it's acquiring money, you can get better at skills, but you got to train. Training can take years, but then again, so
Ah,
can travel.
interesting.
All right, so you can, but your saves can increase as you survive. And as a
If you
DM, you
survive.
can give out certain bennies. You can say, hey, take a look, and make something up. But I found it. I was very surprised, and the adventure generator system is very well done. And I, of course, had the deluxe box set, which was sitting on a shelf, staring at me. Actually, it was sitting on top of the shoe rack for like the last 6 months, and then finally, one of my co-hosts on Inappropriate Characters We Rolled was like, you really should check out Mothership. I'm like, well, I have it. I guess I will read it. Then I was like, oh, now I got to read the adventures. I got to dig into this. So
Well, Thyatus brings up curry real quick. Thyatus, I agree fully. That's hell of a good thing for a D&D game. I make a really killer butter chicken. So, oh
That-
man,
you know,
Little
on-
Caesar's Pizza.
Eric, on Facebook, there's somebody who's doing these one sheets. You print them, and then they're a trifold,
uh,
and they're doing these adventures, and so they're just quick and easy. You pay $1 for it on
Right.
on drive-through, and I got this one called Hideko's World, I think it was called, and it was this whole adventure where you actually had to like jack in and you go into the computer because the guy that you're in there to try to look for, he's jacked into the computer and he's in a coma. And so it was a really fascinating adventure. It was a Mothership adventure. I was like, that was wicked cool. I got to steal this sometimes for Star Frontiers.
I got to say, by the way, folks, just so you know, the player's book for Mothership is a free download. Or
Yeah.
pay what you want on drive-through.
Oh, is it?
Haven't grabbed it, grab it. It's a great way to look at the system and figure out whether or not you'd be interested in it, and try before you buy.
Oh,
Nice.
the RPG pundits in the room.
Nice. Welcome to the show.
What's our next topic, Don?
I'm still trying
Is
to
he
get
one of those
comments
inappropriate
here.
characters?
Trying to get everyone's comments in here. I think I'm going to go check it out. It sounds like an interesting system.
Again, the player rules are free in PDF. They'll let you'll get an idea whether or not the system works for you. I as a GM, am saying, hey, I could learn this system, I could run this system, and I'd have fun doing it. Would I run a campaign? I don't know. I would certainly run a story arc.
Well, as a fan of Star Frontiers, I bought a bunch of Mothership material just to steal ideas and adventures, and
it's well presented and it's well written, and I want to say that applies to most RPGs, but as pundit will tell you, it doesn't.
Mhm.
A lot of it is schlock. A lot of it presents well and doesn't read well. Mothership presents well. It reads well. So I gotta say, it looks pretty damn good.
Methy leaves. Critical for a good curry, by the way.
Oh, I think you meant meth leaves. I'm just
Methy leaves. They're a dried fenugreek leaf. They're
All right.
really good. You
Everybody
crush them up
smile.
and-
Make sure nobody's got meth mouth.
You
Yeah.
got all your teethuses. The only ones I'm missing are from fights. I'm sorry.
Jeffrey Talanian, hello. Thanks for tuning in.
Oh,
tonight.
Jeff. Oh my God. Sorry, Jeff. This shirt's from upstate New York. It's not quite close enough to where you are up there.
Casimir, how you doing?
Oh, here's a question we can throw around. What's the weirdest food you've ever brought to a game night?
The weirdest food I ever brought to the game night that I threw up. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
I don't think
So
I've ever.
even as I don't think I could get better or worse than whatever I brought up. So
Yeah, that was a 1 on your saving throw when you threw up, wasn't it?
5e, I'd be rolling at disadvantage and had 2 ones.
Now I've been to a couple of games that have had weird food.
Yeah.
But I'm consistent. It's chili every single time I host it. If I ever hosted a game at my home, but
Oh,
I one time had a person sit there and do sushi, and I don't eat sushi.
Well,
And
not
it's
all
like sitting
sushi
on the
is really
table.
raw fish, though.
But the thing is, it sits out on the table for like 6-7 hours while you're playing, and people are eating.
eh.
Oh
It's
no, that wouldn't
hilarious.
last with
Cooking
me.
in its own oils. It's cooking. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh,
It stays
well,
fresh and until it always it's good for you. It
Well,
cleans out the system.
here's
Now-
one. And Don would know this one is and this I think this quit about 10 years ago or something because everybody was just getting too old. But Zion Lutheran used to have Taste of Germany every home tour, and every year that they had the home tours, and it
Oh
was
yeah,
not
Marshall.
yeah, it
Yeah.
was not unusual. The Monday after home tours, walking into a game and they've got Wiener Schnitzel or kraut or other stuff from that event sitting on the table in a warmer left over from that they warmed it back up, and you're just like, great,
Well-
we're eating German for tonight.
Well, and just so the Marshall, where I had my old publishing company, they had a home tour every year, and you could go and tour all the historic homes.
Mhm.
It was actually pretty cool. People would put
Oh, it's
food out.
great.
do
It
all
should
kinds
still
of
be
stuff.
going on, shouldn't it?
Yeah, it still goes on.
Okay.
It's still
Right. So-
going on.
The best and worst food I've had at a game event, which was at North Texas, and I say the best and the worst food, some of the best barbecue I've ever had. Not convenient to eat it while you're sitting at the game table with dice, books.
Pizza?
No, barbecue.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Oh, it was good though. Texas barbecue.
But
The
messy.
meat pies are probably a better choice. Another year.
Steve, you got a question here. They want to know: you like to play strategy games these days? Do you mean war games like Hex or Counter, or something else?
No, like RTS games, like I play a lot of classic Command and Conquer. So
Yeah.
a lot of games just by myself because I don't have a lot of guys up here that play RPGs anymore, or at least like the classic gaming. So, and it's a good way for me to relax.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me and Steve used to actually live pretty close to each other. He was actually lived in an apartment in the town where my publishing company was. So, but now I live in Battle Creek. He lives in Lansing, so we live about an hour away. So we don't see each other personally as much as we like to. But
Right? Yeah.
I want to answer Joe Stone's question. He wants to know about a table flip, and we did have a table flip back. Must have been 1986, 87 in my backyard. But it wasn't for what you think it was. It wasn't for an in-game event. My one friend sneezed. We all started laughing at one person because there was a booger the size of a softball hanging off their shirt.
nice.
And they didn't know why we were all laughing. We're pointing. They finally see it. They flipped out, and they were at the corner, and like the table was blocking them in. And they flipped the table up to go running into the house to get to the bathroom.
Oh,
So that was the only table flip I've ever experienced. The players leave, but that was the only table flip, and my
Nice.
God, that was priceless.
it sounds like it.
Talked about that for years until he left the group.
I want to respond to RPG Grandma there that yes, I've eaten squirrel and gator tail as well.
Yeah, I grew up in a poor farm family, and we hunted a lot of squirrels. So yeah, I know what it tastes like.
Don't they say it tastes almost like a gamey chicken?
Yeah, pretty much. Very, very chewy, very gamey.
I've
So
had
it's something that you eat when you can't afford regular meat.
right.
Yeah, like I said, I only had it once.
Yeah, it's not
rabbit.
something I would eat.
I've had rabbit, I've had venison, and I've had venison's chili. Had a lieutenant bring that in. Now, he did happen to go hunting on Staten Island, and as I'm going to tell you right now, there is no hunting within the confines of the city, let alone bow hunting. But there are deer in the city, and he brought in venison chili that he It was good.
Venison in Michigan is very common because starting November 15th is open deer season here in Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
So huge thing, venison. I don't like it. I don't care for it.
I had a
game too.
neighbor in East Boston who every Super Bowl he'd do a huge pot of chili, and it would be a pound of beef, a pound of pork, and a pound of venison, all in this one pot of chili. And when he was telling me about it, I was doing everything I could to weasel an invite to his Super Bowl party, and never got one.
Aw.
But we always talked on the street because, you know, he had a great bumper sticker and I commented on it. And so we were of the same political mindset. And I could never get an invite to his Super Bowl party, though.
I'll tell you something I could not get my hand on. And that is when I first met my wife grew up on a cattle farm. Her family are cattle farmers. And she had stocked full ground beef and beef, which I love, but it was grass fed, like the real deal. And when I first met her, she made this beef dinner, and it was so gamey and so strong to me, and I had to force myself to eat it because it's grass fed beef. Like, it's different than what you get in the store. I mean, it's like, to me, it's really gamey and strong. So my wife, because she fell in love with me, she ended up going to store-bought, to her credit. So
okay.
Yeah, I just cannot do venison. I've had venison jerky, I've had venison ground beef, I had venison about any way you can have it. I just cannot do it. It's just something in that gamey taste that I've had camel. I've had sea slug.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Sea slug. Yep.
Different.
Yep. And I've also had it was in training, and that is I've had tarantula spider before.
Yeah, no.
Oh, and probably the weirdest thing I ever ate was you rip open the big logs, and there's those big grubs. They're like that long, and they're about as big around as your thumb. They're 100% protein.
Oh.
Yeah, they do that on Survivor, where you have to try to chew it up and swallow it and win.
It tastes like almonds. If you like almonds, if you can get over what it is and the texture,
and the
it's
fact
all
that it's
gooey.
moving.
Yeah, and it's because it's gooey inside. It's not.
I can afford to lose some weight.
It's like eating raw oyster. You got to get over the texture.
Yeah, no need to, man. There's no need because there's actually other food available.
Oh, I love oysters.
I love oyster too.
What's the snail thing? It's
escargot.
Escargot, yeah. Oh, when I was a kid, my dad ordered that, and I swear that if he didn't tie me in a corner, I would have eaten a whole dang plate of it.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with escargot. Escargot.
Oh, that's really the bomb, yeah.
And butter
with garlic and butter. Yep.
Oh yeah.
RPG Grandma says goat is good eats. You're damn right, goat is good.
Yeah, surprisingly, it is actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Orcs is good eating, but only the pig orcs. You got to get the pig orcs.
True.
Here's one that some people may not know is if you want a butter that there is no butter in the United States that is better than this butter, is to order. You have to get it online, and I think it's through Pleasantville Farms. It's called Red Feather butter. It's from New Zealand. It comes in a 12-ounce round tin. And oh my gosh, you have this, and there is not another butter in the United States that can touch it.
Steve blessed me with some of that one time.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah, that is the best.
Yes.
And it originally, the only reason it exists is because they make it for people who live in the outback who don't have refrigeration, because butter only lasts 2 weeks on the shelf. So they sell them these little 12-ounce tins, pop it out and press it out. And then you got butter for 2 weeks until it goes bad. Throw that out, bring the next tin in.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
The funny thing is this is actually quite a popular subject tonight.
Yeah, everybody's talking about what's the weirdest food that you've ever eaten?
Yeah, John, things did take a turn, but
that's us.
I'm sure the weirdest thing I've ever eaten, I probably have no idea what it was. It's just, when you're reading from when you're eating from like a school bus parked in an abandoned lot,
You just don't know what.
you're you just kind of like, and honest to God, I've done this in uniform. Nothing else is open, nothing else around. What do you got? Meat. Sounds good. Sounds good.
Oh,
There was when I was a rookie. This is my one quick story. My post was the station house, so I couldn't go anywhere. I couldn't go around the corner. So I go around the corner to the bodega, and I walk in the bodega and I order a sandwich, and they're looking at me like I grew a third eye, and I'm like, "No, listen, I just want a sandwich." Like, you want a sandwich? Yes, you got cold cuts. Listen, just give me a ham and cheese sandwich. My God, the meat was turning gray. I was like, "Oh, you don't sell food here, do you?" Never mind.
Yeah,
I'll leave. Thank you so much.
yeah. In Thailand, I've had quail, but not dove.
oh,
Uh,
what's the weirdest food you've ever had, Don, when you were in the military?
military, the probably would have been the grubs and the
Ugh.
spider.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that was at down in Panama in Jungle Warfare School.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay, that makes
See,
sense.
Rattlesnake.
my dad ate everything, and my mother was very frugal, so she would buy beefalo liver, and we would have liver once a month. I grew up eating liver
Yeah.
once a month.
What the
And
fuck
then-
is a beefalo?
It's like a cross between a buffalo and the cow, as I understand it.
Basically, a buffalo has to hump a cow. Is that even possible?
So they raise these, and like the liver was cheap, and so we would just eat it once a month, and that's how I grew up. And then I got into college, and we're at this restaurant. It doesn't exist, called J.C. Hillary's, and on the menu was liver and onions, and like
Oh, I
everybody,
like liver and onions. That's good.
everybody was reacting to it, and I was like, "Oh, I could eat that," and they were like, "No, you can't." And I says, "Bet you the bill." And so they all paid my bill. I ate liver and onions because I could, because I grew up eating it, and it's just on a bet. I didn't pay for the meal, and so thanks, Mom, for all that suffering as a kid.
Eric, you mentioned the bodega in New York.
Yes.
Have you ever had a chopped cheese?
I've never had a New York chopped cheese. I had a chopped cheese in the Poconos. I have no idea if the same chopped cheese as.
It's where they take the ground beef patties and mix it with cheese, and then they serve it on a bun with ketchup and or mayonnaise. With
It was nothing like it.
I make those. I love.
Okay. I've never had a proper chopped cheese.
Wow, I cannot believe that.
I remember one of the things that was really funny about because when I was in the Army, I was a cook, and one of the things that was funny was during our field problems, we had tray packs for breakfast and dinner and MREs for lunch, and the breakfast MREs, they had this one bacon and sausage tray pack. Oh, you could not. I mean, I was in an artillery unit. These guys were hungry. They're staring at the tray pack, and they would not touch this stuff. And I would sit over there with that, because they would like eat a little bit out of it, and then it's like we got to either throw it away or do something with it. So I'm sitting over there with this full size tray pack, the spoon going like this, just plowing through the stuff. It was amazing, and they just wouldn't touch it. I'm just like, fine, that's more for me.
The absolute worst MRE in the United States Army that is ever produced was the pork strip MRE.
Yes.
2 strips of pork that were just gray in this clear kind of creamy liquid.
Ugh.
You couldn't trade that away for anything.
Mm-hmm.
Edward Copia, that's a good butter recipe. Until you get some birdshot.
Yeah, I've been into birdshot when I ate that squirrel.
Oh, yeah, that always sucks.
There goes a filling.
RPG Grandma. Yeah, Eric's. I bet you $50 you've had New York City back alley rat then.
Oh, probably. Or
Don't ask. Yeah, don't ask questions.
It was just tender. That's all you had. It was tender.
Tastes like chicken.
Yeah, we're good.
when you found a place that didn't give you food poisoning and you could eat your beef stew with a soda for $5, and it was plate and a half. You didn't ask too many questions. You didn't. Did the beef fall off a truck? I don't know.
Oh, I didn't know that. My wife says there was a beefalo farm in Bellevue. That's where my wife grew up.
Oh, okay.
It's like, wow. Okay, it's a thing.
A beefalo.
I'm just trying to get through all these comments.
Yeah.
Beefalo is a cow-bison hybrid. Almost all bison in the U.S. have some cow ancestry. Oh, okay. So basically, cows can hump bison and put out youngsters.
Well, they're both bovines, you know.
Well, I learned something new. You know what I mean? I mean, a chicken can't hump with a frickin', turkey. Yeah, I mean,
Hey, don't they have in New York? I know there's a couple other places they have it, but don't they have that exotic animals restaurant, or not restaurant? It's like a deli or something where you can buy it.
Oh.
You can buy tiger and lion and elephant and all that stuff.
well, in Michigan, they have a restaurant that was actually on diners, drive-ins, and dives. They serve nothing but chicken guts.
Oh,
Ooh.
Yep.
Gross.
Take a chill. Oh yeah, I can't. My liver has to be cooked well with steak sauce.
Yeah.
I like to pickle my liver. Oh wait.
That's called drinking.
That's already halfway done on my part. So
Yeah.
So, did anybody else ever soak their liver in milk? Because I would.
Yeah.
My mother would just it would be in the refrigerator, soaking in milk, and
it takes a lot of the gamey iron taste out of it.
takes some of the strong flavor out. Yeah.
All right. So this is how much liver I've eaten in my life. Nada. And I plan to keep it that way. Nobody in my family likes liver.
You haven't missed much.
Okay, Diatus has brought up an interesting one here. He says, Don, was it worse than the omelet MRE? Absolutely. I would eat 10 omelet MREs to 1 pork strip MRE. Nope. I'll pass.
If NCOs that have used that for punishment. You get the pork MRE today because you were late to formation. No.
Yep. Elka Antioch, how you doing? Fuga says lutefisk is awful. I had to eat it every year. Isn't there? There's a thing called Surmstrong. I think it comes in a can from the Netherlands.
Oh,
it's pickled fish.
Okay.
And you see people online always trying to eat it, and they can't get past opening the can. It's so bad.
Well, they got up in Alaska. They have the Eskimos will actually they'll get a seal, they'll cut off the flippers, wrap it in like leaves or something, bury it in the ground, come back a year later, eat it, and from what I understand, it stinks to high heaven, but it's like a delicacy for them.
God bless them.
Oh yeah,
I'll pass.
Thank you.
Veteran DM says the MREs in the late 80s and early 90s had dark plastic wrappers, not the light tan color. They were dehydrated beef patty, dehydrated pork patty. Insane. Yes, they were.
I got 2 cases of MREs, and I took them with the Boy Scouts out camping. And I was aware of the big joke in the military that when you've been out in the field eating nothing but MREs, you become backed up, unable to.
Yep.
I never said boo to the boys about that.
The newer ones actually have a laxative.
Butter, the freeze dried peaches, freeze dried fruit cocktail. They loved all that. They thought it was fantastic, and and then later on, I heard stories from different ones about. Yeah, I didn't poop for 3 days.
That's the whole point. You don't want
pretty much
the wilderness. Thank you.
The newer ones, though, they've really improved them a lot.
Yes.
Now you poop in 2 days.
They're the newer ones. They're actually really. I've actually never had any problems with MREs though. Except the pork strip or the hot dog MREs.
Oh, hot dog. Ugh. Ugh.
Nope. We used to call them the peckers of death. Yep.
Oh, if you got stuck with one of the really bad ones, usually all you did was you just ate the extra stuff in there.
Yep.
And threw the entree away.
lots of Tabasco sauce. More
Oh
than that
yes.
tiny bottle that they put in there.
That's
Oh
right.
yeah. Oh, that was like field currency. Those Tabasco bottles.
My brother
That
always
and
bought a big
that and
bottle.
a hot cocoa mix.
Mm-hmm.
The hot cocoa mix, but I used to trade mine for coffee. I'm a
Ah,
big
yeah.
coffee guy.
No, I used to mix the hot cocoa, the coffee, and the creamer and the sugar all in one cup, just for the calories because you're out
Yeah, they
camping.
make their own cappuccino. That's really popular in the field.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, love that.
Buttermilk, I can't do. I don't drink buttermilk. My a weird thing. My grandma used to take buttermilk, put bread in it with sugar, and she used to explain it was during the Depression that they were given that as kind of like a sweet treat. Be like, whoa.
Oh wow.
Oh, this will blow your mind. My grandma used to drink buttermilk straight out of the jug. I mean, she'd get the little like a
Little
quart
chunky?
container or no, yeah, she just popped that thing up and good. We're over there just
Yeah, I'll pass. Yes, my wife says it's city by Potterville. Yep, they have a gizzard festival also.
Ah, my
I
grandma
would-
used to eat those.
I would rather go to an Oktoberfest.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh, yes, we did cover that.
Yep.
Anything we missed about the D&D showgirl
No, I
thing?
think we got it.
yeah, we got it all.
I think it was just stupid that they tried to piggyback on Taylor Swift.
And even if they weren't trying to jump onto the Taylor Swift bandwagon, know your audience.
Exactly.
I swear to God. And it isn't the people on the screen, but they aren't a bunch of Swifties playing that. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh, my witching hour is coming up, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we've kind of ran this one into the ground. Is not pooping while deployed in the field path. At least you're 20s, amen.
Yeah.
Being a kokomut is a delicacy. I'll trust your word on that one, RPG Grandma.
Mm-hmm.
Not for me, but
All right. Our RPG Grandma wins for the most weird food.
Yes.
Bat wings in buttermilk.
And coconut milk. Yeah.
Taste and History is a good YouTube channel. I agree with that. I subscribe to it.
Oh,
Yes.
Don, do you remember back before they closed a couple decades ago was a Schnitzelbank in Grand Rapids?
No.
Okay, that place was amazing. I mean, they had literally German people from Germany over here cooking the food. Because I worked there when I was going into culinary school, and that place was the bomb.
Go to Zender's. I tell you about that restaurant all the time. You got to go there. So
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, it's about halfway to Ann Arbor.
Mm-hmm.
It's a German restaurant that's been in the family for 100 years. It's about as German as you get.
Yep, I believe it.
But everybody, it is 9:00.
yep. I got a witching hour because I got to go over to Discord.
That's right. Eric has his Discord.
I've already
And,
got 3 people in the room. Holy crap.
Yeah, we got 44 people on right now. So,
How many?
everybody, I think we're going to probably tie this down now. Exactly. German food is highly underrated.
Yes.
So,
And Irish food is highly overrated except for shepherd's pie. and an Irish breakfast. Everything else,
English breakfast is killer.
yes.
Full English.
breakfast, yes. They do it.
So, but everybody, thank you for tuning in tonight. JP got rockets is going to have the last comment. He says, "Chicken soup in Peru. They use the whole chicken. When you see people walking back with feet sticking out of the bowl."
Oh,
On that note, folks, see me.
and enjoy the bratwurst. So, everybody, thank you for tuning in tonight. We will be back next week, and also starting this week on the Vlog of Many Things channel, we're going to start doing small, little, short 10-15 minute videos, and we're going to start doing what Mr. Tenkar does. Is we're going to start doing shorts. So you'll be seeing
Very
shorts
nice.
of the show. So, everybody, thank you for tuning in tonight. Good night, Eric, Tom, Steve. Thank you very much. Food was the most popular chat of all. Boy, we did a lot of things. So, Eric, have a good Discord chat.
Thank you.
Enjoy the speakeasy. But, gentlemen, everybody, thanks for tuning in. Everyone in chat, have a good weekend. Stay safe.